Good morning. This morning, I'd like to share with you a beautiful meditation written by U.S. Anderson in his book, 3 Magic Words. So I invite you just to prepare yourself, to be comfortable, to relax into your chair or into your bed or the floor, wherever you are. Just allow your body to be and allow your mind to focus on these beautiful words. So relaxing now, breathing, listening gently, without any kind of struggle to understand or analyze the words. Just allow them to flow over you and through you. I know and recognize my oneness with all things. I know that all form and all circumstance are the creation of an infinite intelligence that is in and around me. I know that all things are the result of conception and desire. That my world is ordered according to my own thoughts and convictions. Therefore, I concentrate on harmony. I see nothing but order and constructiveness all about me. I do not accept thoughts of destructiveness and disharmony. In my friends, my loved ones, my fellow workers, I see nothing but cooperation and assistance. I know that we all seek the same answers and the same goals. I know that each person must follow a different path toward his vision, and I understand the searchings and the copings of everyone I know and see. I have sympathy and tolerance for all things and all people. I know that inasmuch as I help others, I help myself. In my brother's eye, there is my own soul. In my friend's smile, there is my own humor. In my neighbor's sorrow, there is my own loss. I have compassion and understanding for all things. For this life in which I have my being strives for understanding of itself. I deny error. It is simply progress toward truth. I know that it is impossible to fail when faith is present. I do not order things to be made in my time or in my place. but trust the universal mind in its own great knowledge of the time and the place and the need and the way. Each moment of each day brings my life closer to realization. The objects of my work are being accomplished this very minute. Success and harmony, peace and confidence are mine. And so if there's something you dream of achieving, some goal you have in your mind, listen again to these words. I do not order things to be made in my time or in my place, but trust the universal mind in its own great knowledge of the time and the place and the need and the way. Each moment of each day brings my life closer to realization. The objects of my work are being accomplished this very minute. Now let us go back to the phrase, I know and recognize my oneness with all things. All form and all circumstances are the creation of an infinite intelligence that is in and around me. And therefore, with all things, I know and recognize my oneness with all things. With birds, with animals, with trees. Oneness with all things. Flowers, clouds, rivers and lakes, all people. I know and recognize my oneness with all people. So let us bring into our minds now all people who are oppressed, all people who are hungry, all people who are grieving. Feel our oneness with them, which gives us the ability to share with them our compassion, our love. And bring into mind now all people who are joyous in relationship, who are successful in their life pursuits, who are experiencing abundance and health. And recall that we are connected with them as well. And we share their joy, opening ourselves and allowing their joy to flow into us, to empower us, to awaken us, and enliven us, so that we may experience joy and pass it on. Because all people are connected. All positive thoughts and emotions that we share into common mind are available to all people. I have compassion and understanding for all things. For this life in which I have my being strives for understanding of itself. And so it is. I invite you now to slowly and gently bring your awareness back to time and place. Feel your breath entering your body. Feel your body's weight in the chair. Feel your neck and your shoulders and your ears. Perhaps wiggle your fingers. And when you are ready, open your eyes and bring yourself into a preparedness for music with Michael Trisling, followed by our service at 10:30. Thank you again for being with me. Namaste.
Divine energy flows through me, healing my spirit, body, and soul. Divine energy flows through me, cleansing my thoughts and making me whole. Calm and quiet, strong and clear, God's voice within me knows no fear. Divine energy flows through me, healing my spirit, body, and soul. Calm and quiet, strong and clear, God's voice within me knows no fear. Divine energy flows through me, healing my spirit, body, and soul. Healing my spirit, body, and soul.
Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day today. We have many people here, many travelers here as well. Yeah, actually, I think we're all travelers in a way. Let's begin with our gratitude to live, work, and play and create on the traditional and unceded territory of many ancestral beings here on Vancouver Island, and in particular in Nanaimo, the Snuneymuxw people. Haichka. And welcome to Unity for those that are... Kyle, can you turn this TV down?
That's where I was scrambling looking for where that's...
We're having an echo.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, so welcome to Unity. For those that are new here, Unity is a positive path to spiritual living. We welcome all souls, whatever journey you're on, whatever faith you have, whatever belief you have, as long as it's not hurting other humans, we are happy to have you here and join us. So welcome, everybody, and thank you for being here on this magnificent day. And please join me for the Vision of Unity Worldwide Institute, a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
Higher place, I feel my soul rising to a without you, and you couldn't feel it, so you just lost your way. And we'll never find it if we don't get it out there. And it's not love to you, give it away. Well, it's not a treasure you keep buried within you, and it's not a bankroll save up for a rainy day. It's not like a lifeboat you don't use till you're sinking. It's not love to you, give it away, just give it away, give it away. It's not love to you, give it away, just give it away, give it away. It's not love to you, give it away. Just let it go, then watch it grow. Just give it up, you still will have enough. Give it away, give it away. It's not love to you, give it away. And it's not peace to you, make peace your mission. And it won't heal till they hear what you need to say. It's gonna take faith, 'cause it's such a contradiction. It's not love to you, give it away, just give it away, give it away. It's not love to you, give it away, just give it away, give it away. It's not love to you, give it away, give it away, give it away. It's not love till you give it away.
The last place for people to sit is the front row. So remember, if you're late, you will get the front row. Please join me as we take a moment here to affirm in prayer on this wonderful Easter Sunday. Affirm our oneness, our humanness, affirming our divinity, affirming that creative genius that is within each one of us as divine creators of our own lives, as we search to find, as we seek love, not only within ourselves, but so that we can give it away. And we ask for strength from love to do this work, and to celebrate each moment, each day, and celebrate one another, and so it is. It's the wise words I think I just figured it out. Because for those that know, every time I have the wise words, I'm always like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to? I thought I was supposed to come up with wise words, and it was such a daunting thing. I have nothing wise to say. But then I realized after watching Patricia several times, oh no, she finds wise words from other people. And then I went into the idea of, well, what if I think what is wise, other people don't think is wise? So then there was all of that self-doubt. Anyhow, I was reading Eric Butterworth recently, The Power Within You. And this being Easter Sunday and signifying the rising of Jesus and Christianity, I thought what he had to say about Jesus and the teachings was extremely relevant today. So I'm going to read from The Power Within You. I've changed some of the language to update it to more modern times, so I hope Eric's okay with that. Reverend Eric Butterworth is all right with that. But I invite you to not so much listen to me, but just see what words resonate with you. And if you want, if you're comfortable, you can just close your eyes and allow the teachings of Eric Butterworth, who I believe was a masterful metaphysician in interpreting the Bible and interpreting what there is for maybe all of us to find in the teachings of Jesus. Now, Jesus knew what the psalmist had implied when he said, "Be still and know that I am God." Now, he knew himself to be an expression of God, or the activity of God life and intelligence pressing itself into visibility. Now, he knew that the kingdom of God, the wealth of the universe, was in the depth potential within him. This was the great gift of Jesus, discovering his own divinity and telling us that we are the same. We are each divine beings. He said, "You that believeth on me, the works that I do shall you do also. And greater works than these shall you do, because I go on to the Father." In other words, if you have faith in the God potential locked within yourself, as I have faith in that power within me, then you can do all I have done and more, because I have made the great discovery. Christianity is not an end in itself. You cannot complete the work of salvation or enter the kingdom of heaven merely by joining a church or professing a creed. What is called conversion is not the end of the road. Maybe it is simply finding a road on which to travel. To Jesus, religion was not simply a way of believing or worshiping, it was a way of living. Jesus did not come to found a new religion. He said, "Think not that I came to destroy the law or the prophets. I came not to destroy, but to fulfill." He sought only to upgrade the teachings of the prophets, to interpret the ancient truths in the light of contemporary experience. He formulated no creeds. He created no ritual. He developed no theology. The Alpha and Omega of his teaching was the divinity of humans. He said to the people, "Is it not written in your law, I said, ye are gods?" His was a vitalizing religion of the Spirit, leading men and women to a direct, personal, intimate relationship with the Father, where the element of immediacy is primal and not through the intermediary of some other person or agency. The Christ standard is not a series of hard and fast rules for behavior, not simply an analysis of what Jesus did for us to see. It is instead a principle that Jesus revealed through his discovery of the divinity of humans. His teachings are the revelation of certain fundamental principles pertaining to the individual, along with illustrations as to how these principles can best be applied in practice. We all succumb at times to the temptation to condone our mistakes and weaknesses with the thought, "After all, I'm only human." The divine standard is too lofty. It is more than I can attain. Besides, why should I lose any sleep over it? Everyone makes mistakes, but the greatest mistake is in believing that we are only human. Our humanity is but the degree to which we have given expression to our divinity. We are human in expression, but divine in creation and limitless in potentiality. The Christ standard is not a restraint. It is an inherent potential. It is the law of our higher self. It is the ascending urge within us that keeps us unsatisfied with what we are and do and drives us onto higher goals of living and being. True fulfillment, the goal toward which all of us bend our efforts and shape our struggles, can only be achieved through opening out a way whence the imprisoned splendor may escape. In every experience in life. To repent and turn back does not mean to forsake all hope of abundant living and resign oneself to sackcloth and ashes. It means to turn from the broad way of worldly pursuits that feed the hungers of each human but starve the soul. It means to realize that life is lived from within out. And to determine to cleanse first the inside of the cup and of the platter, that the outside thereof may become clean also. A traveler in ancient Greece had lost his way, and seeking to find it, asked directions of a man by the side of the road who turned out to be Socrates. "How can I reach Mount Olympus?" asked the traveler. To this, Socrates is said to have gravely replied, "Just make every step you take go in that direction."
I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. The health of God, the strength of God, vitality, energy, vim of God. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the wonderful love of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the wonderful love of God. I am, I am, I am. The peace of God, the joy of God, serenity, harmony, rhythm of God. I am the wonderful love of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the wisdom and power of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the wisdom and power of God. I am, I am, I am. The light of God, success of God, prosperity, happiness, might of God. I am the wisdom and power of God. I am, I am, I am.
Good morning. I am turned on. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Easter is perhaps the most important day in the Christian calendar. But it is important, it's symbolic to non-Christians, to pagans, even to agnostics and atheists, isn't it? Easter falls on the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. Now, why do you suppose that is? It's because the early Christians wanted to placate the heathens and the pagans. And they chose that because it honored the Anglo-Saxon celebration of the goddess, do you know her name? Estra. Oh my goodness. She represented spring and new beginnings. So cultures all across the world, since forever, have celebrated spring and new beginnings, haven't they? So this made Christianity more palatable to the people they were trying to convert, to the pagan. And the pagan is any person who worships nature. So the birth of spring, as honored, symbolized by the Easter egg. So is this pagan or not? But many Orthodox or rigidly traditional Christians make assumptions about pagans, have judgments about pagans, yes? It's become a dirty word almost. A pagan, by definition, is a person holding religious beliefs other than that of the main world religions. And in our humble way, Christians have assumed that the main world religions are only the Abrahamic religions of Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. That's not quite true, is it? So the assumption that all pagans All nature worshippers are, because they heard that some of them dance naked in the woods, they assume that they're all degenerate, amoral, hedonistic people. But paganism is not a dirty word, so welcome to the pagans too. So your choice. Easter can be a symbol of new life, renewed life, or resurrected life. Your choice, or all of the above. In unity, we generally have different interpretations of the traditional Christian teachings, and that's true of Easter as well. Because in unity, we're all about transformation, yes? Transformation is defined as thorough and dramatic change, not just a little shift. Thorough and dramatic change, and I know my life is transformed by this teaching. Anybody else? Yeah. And we often talk about the fact that, I'm going to move over here. In order to be relevant to today's culture, much of the traditional Christian teachings need to be reinterpreted. And that's what Charles Fillmore was all about, was it not? If you're new to unity, you may not know that Charles Fillmore wrote a metaphysical Bible dictionary in which he took every place name and person's name in the Bible and many common words and gave them a meaning so that we were freed from having to read the Bible as literal and then open to interpretation as he did. I've spoken before about John Shelby Spong. John Shelby Spong was an Episcopal bishop who challenged his traditions, very much so. I heard him speak in Phoenix quite a few years ago, and he's radically New Thought unity. And actually, I believe he was kind of drummed out of the Episcopal Church. But he wrote many fascinating books, one of which was Why Christianity Must Change or Die. Strange words from an Episcopal bishop. But he writes, Easter, with its story of the resurrection, can also be transformed, I believe, and carried with us into the future. Yet before that is possible, the miracles of physical resuscitation, the angels who roll stones away from the tombs, and the bodies that appear out of nothing and disappear into thin air, must be dismissed for the developed legends that they are. But life that transcends every human limit is a powerful portrait. Death, which opens all things to new possibilities, love, which triumphs over hatred, being, which overcomes non-being, those are the truths to which Easter points. And those are the truths that emerge when God is met on the edges and at the limits of our finite humanity. Life that transforms every human limit. So the real importance of Easter story is not the history, but the hope for the future. The message is, and Thomas touched on this with his wonderful reading, is we also can survive, can rise above, can transcend. Can rise up, can evolve, can love the way Jesus did. And that is relevant whether you call yourself Christian, pagan, or anything else. Yes? Yes. Reverend Dr. David Alexander, who's another shining light in the New Thought movement, says, "It occurs to me that Easter itself must undergo trial, crucifixion, and ultimately resurrection for the sake of its salvation." Again, he's pointing us to a new understanding of Easter, one that's relevant to our lives and believable in our scientific age. Charles Fillmore called his teachings practical Christianity. Practical meaning that it's useful for us as a guide to how we can live in a truly Christ-like way. So many of the biblical stories started out as parables. They were teaching stories, analogies, and they just got out of hand. Like Topsy, it just grew and grew and grew. And I think take the wonderful little story of the little train that could. Meant to be a lesson to teach children a moral lesson. And we told it so many times and with such enthusiasm and love, and we began to act it out. And eventually we started to think of it like Harry Potter as real, And then 16 or 20 generations down the road, people come to believe that there really once was a little train that could speak. Yeah. And then we had to invent stories of how that came to be. Miracle stories of where this little train came from and what caused it to be able to have the gift of speech, you know? And the message gets lost in the story. And I think that's true of a lot of the traditions, which are lovely to celebrate, but the message is the important. It's not my intention to take away the significance of the Easter story, but can we look at it from a higher perspective, one in which we don't have to throw away our scientific understanding? Can we look at it as a metaphor and as Jesus' life as an archetype for our own lives, as a guide for us? In that archetype or archetypical story, the crucifixions are the little and big challenges that we suffer every day. The challenges we all meet. Every life has challenges. And the resurrection is our overcoming of those challenges. And if we overcome enough challenges, eventually we will rise ourselves up to that ground of being where we operate from that higher place. Yes? We can ground ourselves there. Reverend Richard Matthews, he's a unity minister in Oregon. He comments, as a sentimental annual gathering, Easter can be quite enchanting. But resurrection is a daily process that keeps us alert, and I love this, to the many possibilities that lurk just behind each obstacle. Jesus said that he was going to prepare a place, not to a place prepared. He suggests that we are always in a state of preparation, open to the new and even the frightening at times. But there is always the gift. And the gift of Easter, in my limited view, is the recognition of our own spirit in motion. So our own spirit's in motion. It's not just a static thing. I am spirit. It's moving. Can we accelerate it? Can we elevate it, that spirit? You know, we talk about raising our vibration. Our vibration is kind of another way of explaining our ground of being. Last week, Reverend Vicky spoke. Our ground of being is, remember, life is good. That's her vibe. So we can raise our vibration. Everything is vibration. Everything in this whole world is vibrating, even things that seem solid. At the quantum level, everything is just vibrating energy fields. And that includes us. We're vibrations in this world. You know that, don't you? Even when we get to that true understanding of how vibrations really work, we might have a scientific understanding of how bodies appear and disappear into thin air. But right now, that's a little hard for us to grasp, right? There's a field of study called Cymatics that some people call false science, and some people think is a tremendous breakthrough. And the most common example that most of us have probably heard about is the experiments of Dr. Emoto with water crystals. And he noted that when he spoke words to water crystals that we considered positive, the crystals formed prettier patterns and more complex patterns than the negative words. That's interesting. And they do experiments with sand on a plate, and the plate is made to vibrate by different music being played. And different music causes the sand to form different patterns. Now, I don't know anything about the science or pseudoscience of this, but it rings true for me. I have the gut feeling that there's something important involved here. Do you? Yeah. So, and it really doesn't matter. We know there may be a lot of things that science hasn't come to understand yet that still might be true. You went with me on that one, right? But this vibration we can feel in our bodies. You know, when we're feeling like everything is cool and the world is the way it should be and we're light and buoyant, yeah? And then when you get a little bit worried about things not being all going to hell in a handcart, and you get heavy and dense, yeah? So I really believe that we can raise our vibrations by raising our thoughts. And when we raise our vibrations, we get lighter, yes? And if we get lighter enough, we could ascend. And eventually we will, of course, yes. But in every human life, there are crucifixions. We feel crucified when we've been betrayed by somebody, when we feel sick, when everything's going wrong. And we can resurrect ourselves from that. Very seldom can anybody else resurrect us. It's an inside job, this resurrection. We have to do it ourselves, right? And there are wonderful real-life stories of many people who have resurrected their lives by changing their vibration, by changing their ground of being. And one of the most famous of those is a famous unitic named Maya Angelou. Yes, we all know her. She was a student of Dr. Eric Butterworth, and she was involved in the unity movement for many years. Now we think of the Maya Angelou we know is the resurrected Maya Angelou. We think of her as a world-class poet and author, but early life was not easy. It was an epic struggle. To start with, she was a black single mom in the 1940s and 50s. Odds stacked against you. When she was young, she worked as a fry cook, a nightclub dancer, and a sex worker. And then with the help of unity teaching, she was able to transform, dramatically change her life. And she became a cast member of the opera Porgy and Bess. And then she became coordinator for the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. And then she became a journalist in Egypt and Ghana during the decolonization of Africa. She became an actor, writer, director, and producer of plays, movies, and public television programs. She became the first Reynolds Professor of American Studies at Wake Forest University. She became active in the Civil Rights Movement and worked with Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And she was a very much in-demand personage on the lecture circuit and spoke well into her 80s. Do you see the ascension there? She wrote a poem entitled Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meetings of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daydream that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. This was the spirit that was in Jesus. This is the consciousness that was in Jesus. This is the consciousness that any of us can choose. No matter how we may have been crucified in our lives, we can resurrect ourselves. The power of the divine is within us. In unity, we say that Jesus was not the great exception, but the great example, the way shower. Jesus himself, as Thomas said this morning, said the same thing. He didn't do anything we can't do. These things and greater shall ye also do. So Easter is a time for us to contemplate what that really, really means. We are at one with Jesus. The word atonement, at one-ment. We are one with Jesus. In that we are expressions of the same life that Jesus expressed. That same life is in us. We become one with all that is, and that's how we atone. And we do that by raising our consciousness, our vibration, and resurrect ourselves. So, as always, in unity, you are free to embrace as much of the common understandings and traditions of Easter as you like, as speak to you. And if you don't want to go there, but prefer to recognize a resurrection in nature, in the new life all around us, see the divinity in the flowers and the bugs and the trees and the plants as nature. Be a pagan, be a Christian, whatever. But the message is the same. Each of us within us has that same life that was in Jesus. So, however you celebrate the season, let your consciousness rise up and guide you to be wiser, kinder, more forgiving, more understanding, more loving, more Christ-like than you have ever been before. Brian, would you lead us into meditation, please?
There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one.
And I invite you now to simply relax into your chair, and if you're comfortable, allow your eyes to close or just a soft gaze. And be comfortable, at ease, your spine nice and straight, but the body just relaxed. And becoming conscious of your breath and the miracle of your breath. I invite you to become aware of your human nature. Become aware of your body, your physicality, your mentality, your intellect, your emotions. A complete human package. Just knowing it, being aware of it, sitting in gratitude for it. Become aware of your mistakes as lessons. Become aware of your achievements as lessons. Become aware of your entire life experience as a learning process. Now I invite you to become aware of your divinity, of your Christ nature. With each in-breath, allow that breath to make you more aware, more open, more accepting, more loving, more aware of your forgiving nature, more aware of your at-one-ment. Know your oneness with the many manifestations of the Christ, including Jesus. And remembering the words of Jesus, not I, but the Father within. And the further words of Jesus, these things and greater shall ye also do. So it is.
Christ within me, 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 Christ within me.
Check, check. Nice, we are on. Thank you for that wonderful talk, Patricia. That was fabulous. So this morning's song is one that you folks will probably know, which is Morning Has Broken. But there's a little bit of a different twist on it, and it involves some audience participation. Yes, okay, which I love that you love. Normally audiences are like, oh God. But no, I love that you love I love that you folks like participation. This is great. So there's sort of a small vocal interlude between each verse on the song, and Brian is going to sing it with me, and whenever Brian is singing, you're free to join along if you like. And this is what it sounds like. I'll sing one half of it, and then I'll have you sing it back to me, okay? So it sounds like this. Okay. I'll sing it once. Now you, ready? And one more time, lovely. And that's the first half. I'm gonna sing the second half now. Ready? Now you. And one more time. Good work. Beautiful. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for the springing, fresh from the word. Ready? All together. One more. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall, like the first bird. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Here we go. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Yeah.
I think there's like a pancake breakfast. So this is like now today is speed announcements. There's food and drink to get to. Unity Canada presents the Book of Forgiving book study. Begins Tuesday, April 12th at 9 a.m. I think that has begun then.
It should be the next meeting is Tuesday, April 26th.
The next meeting is Tuesday, April 26th at 9 a.m. and you can probably drop-ins are welcome, and you can use that same meeting ID and passcode. The Book of Forgiving, Desmond Tutu and Mufo Tutu. Okay, there we go. Regreening the Earth, an Earth Day celebration at Bowen Park. That is Saturday, April 23rd at 1 p.m. at the Upper Picnic Shelter. You can go to Eventbrite to purchase native plants from Nanaimo area and support that regreening of the Earth, an Earth Day celebration.
But they don't have to buy a plant.
You don't have to buy a plant to attend. Would you like to do? Maybe it's better if you do the announcements. I didn't mean that like I just meant. Yeah, you've got all the details. I'm just reading. So, the Unity Canada Mini Conference is Sunday, April 24th at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 5-minute power talks from your Unity Canada board members, and Josh will be providing the music, and apparently me. We'll be playing together. So that'll be across Canada, across the country, and that's next Sunday, isn't it? Yeah, April 24th. So there's no service here. For all those that are aware, there's no service from Unity of Vancouver Island happening. Instead, there is the Unity Canada Mini Conference from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Where do they go for this? Is there a link?
Oh, yes, the link's in the newsletter.
Newsletter, please. Check your newsletter for that. Prayers on a Thread workshop with Reverend Vicky in person here at Unity Vancouver Island in Nanaimo on Saturday, April 30th from 1 to 4. A suggested donation of $20 plus a fee of $5 for supplies for that. And Super Spiritual Saturdays with Devon. Join Devon Bennett and Lee Ann Smith for a Saturday in May to connect with nature, a morning walk, and talk up to Ammonite Falls for guided meditation and breathwork. That's from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And that is on which day? Sorry. It's 4 Saturdays in May. Okay, there you go. And I know I saw that in the newsletter, so you can see it there again. And you can also phone or text Devon at 778-269-4600. An afternoon of jazz with Lady O. Orif Horowitz with Nico Rhodes and James McRae, Sunday, May 15th at 1 o'clock here at Unity of Vancouver Island here in Nanaimo. And in person and on Zoom, tickets now on sale. In person is $20, on Zoom is $12. So if you can't make it here to Nanaimo, you can join on the Zoom. And I think that that's probably going to be pretty amazing. Yeah, I'll lay money on it. Unity Vancouver Island in Victoria, Monday Magic at the Met, the First Metropolitan Church, room 119, April 18th. That's tomorrow. And then again, next Monday, the 25th. So First Met closed for Easter Monday, so it's not happening tomorrow, is that correct? So, there we go. Let me back up. Not happening tomorrow, April 18th, because it is closed, but April 25th, the following Monday, will be game night, or afternoon. Is it in the afternoon? Evening. It's in the evening, okay. Ongoing events. Mondays at 7 p.m. is the choir here in Nanaimo. The second and fourth Tuesday in the Spiritual Center in Comox is the prayer circle. So that's the second and fourth Tuesday of every month. That's at 1 p.m. Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. here in Nanaimo is A Course in Miracles with Leanne. Fridays at 7 p.m. is board games night here in Nanaimo. And then you can get all of this information at unityvancouverisland.com. And this is that opportunity for us, myself being a member of the board, but also a member of this community as well, to say thank you to all of you and myself for all of the abundance that we bring here. We are in fantastic shape, and we continue to be so because of all of you. Have you ever noticed the bigger the crowd, the more people show up for it? Huh? It's the same with... Sorry. It's the same with offerings here. The more that we give, the more that Unity of Vancouver Island gets. It's amazing. So you can make donations at unityvancouverisland.com. That's the email, donations@unityvancouverisland.com. You can mail a check here to the main office at 2325 East Wellington Road. And of course, there's a basket at the door if you attend Sunday and you want to leave something in there. And we say thank you for that. Yeah. Today's prayer guide is Margaret. Margaret is here, operating camera currently. She'll be available for one-on-one prayer in the prayer room following service, which is through that door into the other section of the building. And here come the kids. Now, did anybody, during the meditation, hear the kids? Wasn't that awesome? But no, like it was so great to hear those, like this loving life. Are they out? Maybe they're outside finding Easter eggs. Woohoo! What? Oh, come on, we got to see the hall.
Yeah, they want to see this. Look up here.
How do mom and dad feel about all of these chocolates in your possession? Woo! Awesome, thank you. And please join us for our children's blessing. We see the divine light shining as you. We love and appreciate you exactly the way you are. Yeah. And join me for our prayer for protection, please. The light that is God surrounds me. I am one with the light. The love that is God enfolds me. I am one with the love. The power that is God protects me. I am one with the power. The presence that is God watches over me. I am one with the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well, and so it is. Now, what I didn't mention is the pancake breakfast happening. I will mention it again. Join us after service in the big room next door for our pancake breakfast and community. Yeah.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with